Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and after the Netflix season 1 of The Witcher initially came out, there was a lot of speculation among the Tumblr-esque audience members and the Rule 34 type members of the audience on whether or not Jaskier, who is actually Dandelion from the video games and books, is bisexual or gay. Apparently, these people love to speculate about sexuality as it defines a lot of their personality, and it seems like that speculation has come into reality as the actor behind the character of Jaskier and the showrunner herself have confirmed that Jaskier is indeed bisexual. Now, of course, he does seem a little bit effeminate. He does seem like he might be interested in men, even in the video games, even in the books, but it was always cheeky and fun, and that is not what happens in the books, however. During the Time of Contempt storyline, he is with women, and especially in the next book, Baptism of Fire, when he takes on the role of Lord Julian and dates Anna Henrietta, that is a woman. He has documented countless relationships with women, and the only thing that could be even close to a relationship with a man is in The Witcher 3, which is said to not actually have happened, but there is hinting that he had sexual relationships with a male elf who liked to cross-dress as a woman. It was more used as comedy, it was more used as a throwaway line, but the elf said, no, we did nothing physical. So we have no evidence beyond that he acts flamboyant and feminine in the Netflix series as evidence for this, but Netflix is Netflix, and they have to gay up their cast to the utmost degree and listen to this Tumblr-esque Rule 34 audience that doesn't actually give them money and is such a small percentage that this is insane. So we have this article here from the Redanian Intelligence that confirms, yes, what many people thought about The Witcher's Jaskier is true. He's going to be dating a man in the series. And again, it is kind of understandable, but it is not accurate to the books. And they constantly break canon in so many ways that this is just par for the course. Lauren Hissrich doesn't care about the books as much as she said season 3 will be the most accurate. This is another example of her not being accurate to the characters. Jaskier isn't bi, he isn't gay, and as soon as a character has sexual relationships with the same gender, they will never go back to being straight. They will never be with women again. That is precedented in Marvel and DC Comics especially, but Netflix shows a lot as well. As soon as you're bi, you're having gay relationships exclusively. It's like a soft gay. It's a soft gay is basically what the term is. So as soon as they make him bi, they're not going to have him with women. So in season 4, when Anna Henrietta comes in, I doubt he'll be dating her as Lord Julian because they've made this change. So unless they gender swap Anna Henrietta, they wrote themselves into a corner, which diverges them further and further from the source material. And that is what I have the bigger problem with here more than anything else. Now, a lot of the speculation about his sexuality began with the leaked information that Jaskier's actor auditioned for the role in a scene where he was flirting quite heavily with the character believed to be Radovid, who would later become king of Redania. That is a problem. They were specifically looking for someone who seemed really gay. That if that were actually the scene that he was used to audition with, you know, this character who's never been with a man who's exclusively had female relationships, when we're casting him, we want to make sure that he is sexy with men, that he seems like he could be gay. If that is indeed the scene, that is a provable priority of theirs to make his character gay. That is provable evidence that they wanted a character that was believably gay. And that, again, is a problem because that is not the character of Jaskier. Now, there are actual comments here that I draw bigger issue with than all of this. So the man that he's in relationships with in the audition tape and believed to be in the season 3 as well is Prince Radovid in Redania, who in the series isn't King Visimir's son, but his younger and more clever brother. Now, that's another lore change. Radovid is supposed to be the son of Visimir, and he's supposed to be about 13, maybe 15 at this time in the story. He's supposed to be a child, and he has had no impact on the story thus far. So what it appears to be is that they aged up a child so that he could date Jaskier. That is a problem. That is what pisses me off about this more than anything else. The company that still allows cuties to be on its platform has aged up a child to be barely legal to date a man in a gay relationship. That's a problem to me, and it just seems like virtue signaling to the 9th degree, and nothing that we haven't come to expect from places like Netflix, like places like Disney, and this pisses me off quite a bit. Radovid is a child at this point, and that is important to his character and important to his arc that leads into the Witcher 3 video game storyline, which of course Netflix can adapt, but they're not adapting the source material. They're always ignoring it. They're always changing it. And now they're changing it to have this child be in a gay relationship. They're taking things too far. They're taking things in a perverted direction. He's a child that I have a problem with here. He's supposed to be a child. This is just more evidence that they don't care about The Witcher. They just care about virtue signaling, as I've shown so many times with the way that they treat Yennefer's character, the way they treat Ciri's character, the way that they debase Geralt in season 2. That's what we're going to see in season 3. Now Jaskier is fitting an additional criteria that supports the virtue signaling aspect by being both gay and in a relationship like Joe Biden would be interested in. This is gone too far. Now, apparently, these two characters will be in a relationship for the majority of the season and be later seen kissing at the end of the season. Now, that doesn't make any sense with the events that take place in Time of Contempt. Of course, the series doesn't actually care about that. Netflix doesn't actually care about where Dandelion is, where Radovid is, where the events are taking place. They don't care where these characters are supposed to be, where they actually are. It's just, we can have men kiss. Screw logic. Men are kissing. Everybody clap. We're so great. This is just what we've come to expect. Now, there are actual comments from the actor who plays Jaskier and from the showrunner Lauren Hissrich, but they're just empty platitudes about, oh, it's so great. We want to show authentic gay relationships. We want it to be just as flawed as a normal relationship and just stuff like that, avoiding stereotypes and not being sensitive in a negative way, but being sensitive and careful with how they portray these relationships and just empty stuff like that, just further exemplifying why this is about virtue signaling and not about legitimate character development, and not about logical adaptation of the source material. And this has just gone on too far. If anybody has any doubt, the Netflix Witcher universe does not care about the Witcher books. They don't care about the audience. They just care what they can get out of it from a political perspective. And Lauren Hissrich is the worst offender when it comes to this because of everything she's done. And now her most recent atrocity, changing Jaskier's sexuality for virtue signaling. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon.